Hello everyone, this is Romario with a new Premodern video, and today's a special one. Why is it special? The Wizards just introduced Premodern challenges to Magic Online. Today was the first day that we had them. At the time of this recording, we already had like 2 challenges today. I wasn't able to play the other 2. One of them was like super early for me. I think it's like at 4 in the morning. The other one was like around noon. Like right in the middle of the day, and then there was this one that was in the afternoon. So I was able to sign up for this one, and really want to record this one. It's the first Premodern challenge that I get to play on Magic Online, like on the actual Magic Online platform. As a weapon of choice, I decided to go with Enchantress. I was either going to play Enchantress or Tinker Fling. Playing the leagues, I have done a little bit better with Enchantress, so I figure maybe I'll play Enchantress. It is Enchantress and Tinker Fling are like currently like probably my favorite decks to play in the format, and I think both of them are extremely good in the meta. So this is a list that, if I'm not mistaken, it's either the same 75 or pretty close to the 75 that Richie played in the one of the LobsterCon last year. I actually should have probably like looked up his old list. I had a couple of green-white Enchantress lists in my account, and I think that's the one that I like to play more currently. I think it's just very well built. I'm just like going over real quick. So one of the things that's a little different on this list is that this one is actually playing 4 Serra Sanctum. I believe that's a card that sometimes you say 3, sometimes you say 4. I almost like feel like it's the same philosophy like with playing Gaia's Cradle in Legacy, or even like in Elves in Premodern. I think Serra Sanctum is so much better when your deck when you draw this card, your deck just operates so much better. So there's no reason not to play 4, especially since the card that you can't search with like anything in this deck, so you just have to draw it. So to me, it doesn't make sense to play 3. I know it can be a little awkward, like in your opening hand if you draw multiples, but the format has so many like wastelands, and also just like being able to use as a ritual. Sometimes it can be a difference between winning and losing a game. So I think 4 is the correct number. Trevor's Ruin is another card that fixes your mana, and you can do some like cool tricks with Serra Sanctum. So if you have a Serra Sanctum in play in an exploration, you can play Trevor's Ruin. No, I'm sorry, tap the Serra Sanctum, play Trevor's Ruin, pick up Serra Sanctum, replay it, and then tap it again. So, but again, it also fixes your mana, to one of the, I guess, I don't know if you can call it banned, like I guess Treva's colors. And then of course we have the fetches, the basics. We're playing here like 2 plains and 7 forests, and then the 4 brushlands. Because playing Premodern, we can play savannas. So we got brushlands. Then we got 2 copies of Swords of Plowshares. Swords of Plowshares, I think depending on the meta, you can easily cut it for 2 more extra enchantments that you like. Could be extra copies of Seal of Cleansing, could be extra copies of Sterling Grove, like I don't know, you name it. I think currently there are a lot of Sly, Goblins, and Dreadnoughts decks in the format, so I think having some number of Swords of Plowshares in the main deck is just very, very helpful. And then we have another one in the sideboard to complement the one that we have. The 2 we have in the main deck. And then of course we have 4 Explorations. That's another card that I used to see some people playing 2 copies of Exploration. I think 4 is definitely the correct number for this card. The turns that you start casting enchantments and drawing cards is the turns that you actually need to make land drops. And again, I think the deck kind of like operates at one point kind of like a Storm deck, when you just have this mass. A critical mass, is that what you call it? You just draw cards, play more lands, draw more cards, and eventually you got everything in your hand, right? And then Mirri's Guile is the bootleg version of Sylvan Library. No, I'm just kidding. Mirri's Guile is just like a really good enchantment in this context, for because like being a 1 green, the 1 CMC, it can be a big difference. When you trying to tap Serra Sanctum for more mana, and just like having a turn 1 play instead of a turn 2 play with like Sylvan Library. Wild Growth is just really good in this. Like it's the best ramp we can have in Enchantress. So it triggers your Enchantress, makes your lands make more mana. It's kind of there's not much I can explain on Wild Growth. And then we have 3 cups of Seal Cleansing. Again, I think I'm repeating myself in every video, but like no, Premodern is a format that enchantments and artifacts are very powerful. So including Dreadnought, which is also a creature, right? So 3 copies of Seal of Cleansing. I'm actually surprised that maybe should be playing 4, to be honest. And then of course we have an Enchantress, the 4 Argothian, and then the 4 Enchantresses Presence. Just recently I had a conversation with a friend of mine that I didn't know if the Enchantress's apostrophe S was the correct way of spelling this card, but after a quick Google search, I found out that that is correct. Actually, that's how you express ownership, I guess, or belonging. I forgot, but that is correct. The apostrophe goes after the S. And then there's a copy of Sylvan Library. It's just kind of like another 5th copy of Mirri's Guile. And I think that's probably the most cuttable card here if you want to like play something else. Is also another one that's, I feel like it's almost like a flex spot, the Sylvan Library. I feel like Sylvan Library is only good when I'm playing against slow blue decks that, you know, they're not really crashing your life total. You can just like pay 8, and find everything you need. But usually I think Mirri's Guile plus some fetch lands usually should work. There is a fail rate that happens. It happened a bunch of times with me, but I think yes, if you're taking a 75 and there's a card that you, I think the Sylvan Library is one of the flex slots. Then we have 3 copies of Sterling Grove. This one's surprising for me. To me, I also like to be 3. I think maybe that's what I would have done, and like no, if I was gonna play. Well, I gotta look at the Premodern meta a little bit more before making changes to this list. I think this list is pretty tight, but maybe a 4th copy of Sterling Grove instead of the 1st Sylvan Library could be correct. But either way, I mean, I'm not saying Sylvan Library is not a good card, but I have my doubts. Then we have a copy of Solitary Confinement. Extremely good when you're playing against goblins and Sly in game 1. Also, I guess we don't. It's not as popular, but any of the green red like aggro decks or the like mono black aggro decks. Usually those decks don't have an answer to Solitary Confinement in game 1. I'm sorry, the green red one they would probably have naturalized, but the black mono black aggro deck or goblins or Sly, usually they don't have an answer to Solitary Confinement. I think goblins might have 2 copies of naturalized nowadays. But again, if you have a Sterling Grove plus Solitary Confinement, then it's pretty tough for them to get rid of them. But yeah, it's just a good card against any of the more aggressive decks, right? Especially in pre-boarded games, right? Then of course Enchantress, already went over that. Then Replenish, Replenish is a very good card. Like when your stuff gets discarded or countered, it's a really good, last moment before your life total goes down to 0 to like, it's a Hail Mary. It's like, I got all my enchantments that got destroyed and countered in the graveyard. You just toss a Replenish and like, all right, maybe I got there. And then we have the combo that like wins the game. We got Opalescence that makes our enchantments into creatures, and then Parallax Wave that in combination Opalescence just like an infinite removal. For anybody that doesn't know how the combo works, just kind of like the way the rules works nowadays for the removing fading counters with Opalescence in play, Parallax Wave itself is a creature. So the way there's 2 instances every time you remove a creature from the game, and if you have Parallax Wave in play, the first one is like if you remove a counter, you can remove a creature from the game. If you remove Parallax Wave, now Parallax Wave says the creature comes back into play. In a similar way that Oblivion Ring works, what you do is you remove a counter from Parallax Wave to target the creature you want to remove from the game, and in response, you remove Parallax Wave itself. So the second clause that says when Parallax Wave leaves play, the creature comes back. The point in that the Parallax Wave comes back, the second part doesn't happen, is already passed. So the creature just exiled forever. So that's basically the combo here, and then you can it's an infinite like removal spell. Like your opponent would need to have, if I'm not mistaken, 4 ways to interact with this, or a way to destroy Opalescence. But either way, it's a very tough combo for like decks to interact, and this is also your win con with this deck. So looking at the sideboard, so we've got the extra copy of Source of Plowshares. Sacred Ground is a card that's like really, really good against any of the green, red Oath decks. Anything that's playing like a Stone Ring effect or Armageddon or Cataclysm. And it's also like very contextual. So like if those decks start seeing less play, it's probably the first card I would cut for something else. I believe like on Magic Online, we've been seeing a lot of Dreadnoughts and Slide and Goblin. So it's possible that Sacred Ground should just be something else. You're not really using this to stop Wastelands from beating you. It's more against, like I said, the more like the decks that are like really targeting your lands, right? Like, no, like I said, like Armageddon, Cataclysm, or Stone Rain doesn't even see that much play, but more like, Winter's Grasp and Thermal Karst. Like those will be the decks you want to discard. But so I'm not really sure if it's still relevant. Then we have 2 more copies of Solitary Confinement, again, for the same reasons that we have the one in the main deck. If you're playing against a red deck, you probably want to draw this earlier than turn 3. So having more copies just increases your chance of naturally drawing that, because having to Sterling Grove to find one is usually too slow against Sly. But so you have 2 extra copies. Aura Silence is just like a very good like Seal of Cleansing. It's also very, very good against Parallax Wave, Parallax Tide. Which, like, again, I'm thinking it was a mistake for me to sign up with this same 75, but maybe I should have 2 more copies of Aura Silence instead of the 2 Sacred Ground. But in leagues, I have played against some green red Oath decks, so I don't know. I mean, you never know what you're gonna get paired into, right? It's Premodern and it's still new Magic Online, so you never know. So we're gonna go with this configuration, and then another copy of Replenish. Again, just very, very good against any of the blue decks, or really, like, I haven't seen very many of them, but like, decks are playing like Pernicious Deeds. They sweep your board, and again, you just try to like put everything back in play. And then I like to call this the anti-blue package, of course. You got the 3 Carpet of Flowers. Very, very good. Everyone's playing Parallax Wave, and it's good against decks that are playing Days, like Dreadnought. Just very, very good card that, like, originally I didn't really see anybody playing this in Enchantress, but I think as decks that are playing Parallax Tide have gotten more popular, I think Carpet of Flowers has become more necessary. I wouldn't go to 4 copies, but like 3 seems to be the right number. Usually you just want to draw 1. And then we have 3 more copies of Xantid Swarm. Again, it's pretty much any blue deck in the format. Just bring those things. Bring the bees. And then there's 2 copies of Gaia's Blessing. So Gaia's Blessing, it's interesting because sometimes decks like Mono Blue Dreadnought will try to just try to win with Brain Freeze, because if they let you start drawing cards with an Enchantress, well, not if they let you, but if you were able to get a couple of Enchantress effects in play and you start drawing cards, it's not uncommon for you to pass the turn with like 20 cards in your deck, and you played a bunch of spells this turn, and if you get hit with a Brain Freeze, Gaia's Blessing's a way for you to beat that. And I guess in certain situations you might just want to bring it so you don't deck yourself, or if you don't think the 2 Replenish are enough, maybe it's also like a way to deal with opposing, like, I don't know, Genesis or Squee, like, if you want to shuffle them back into your opponent's deck. But it's a little iffy, right? Because if they have a Survival of the Fittest in play, they're just going to find it again. But it's just something to keep in mind, right? It is a card that you can target your opponent. So if you feel like you playing a matchup that you want to deal with your opponent's graveyard, maybe that's one way to do it, because we don't have any Tormod script or anything like in this list. All right, I think I've talked too much. So that being said, we're going to play round 1 of the challenge. It's the evening challenge on Thursday. And again, if you like Legacy, if you like Premodern, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And also check out Call of the Herd, is a podcast that I record with Curran about every 2 weeks. And we talk about Premodern. And also check out Legacy Small Talk. That's a podcast that I host with Mike Reed and Jared. That one is all Legacy. Sometimes I'll say something about Premodern, but it's a Legacy podcast. They don't like when I start talking too much about Premodern. But yeah, so that being said, let's get started with round 1. All right, so first round of the challenge. Let's see. I think that's a keep, right? We got Enchantress, we got some ramp, Serra Sanctum. I usually expect this first rounds of the challenge. Sometimes opponents don't show up on time. But I think here, I think I'm just going to use one exploration. Well, I guess it really depends on my opponent's playing, right? But like generally speaking, I think it's better to hold on to one of the one-drop enchantments so I can have enchantments to cast after Enchantress is in play. All right, so opponent, it's here now. All right, so it looks like we're playing against a kind of slide deck. So, yeah, I think the plan is still the same. Just gonna go ahead and play exploration, and yeah, I don't know if I want to cast the second exploration now. This next turn, I mean, it does make Serra Sanctum to make more mana. Yeah, I think I'll do this. They're attacking with the might just respond with it. Okay. We do have a Solitary Confinement in the deck, so I believe Solitary Confinement plus 2 Enchantress effects is like a lock in game 1, but I'm already going down to 11 after this attack. All right, I think I need to fetch here. Bit of forest. An exploration. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't think I can attack. Jackal Pup. You don't have 2 cards in hand. Okay. All right, so I need to draw Confinement. Second Enchantress presence. I mean, second Enchantress effect is really good. All right, so we're not going to tap this for mana that hurts us. I believe like it's roughly the same. I was really hoping to draw a either Solitary Confinement or Sterling Grove. I think I'm just going to cast an Exploration here. I found another forest. Second Opalescence, does it matter? Maybe just a second Seal of Cleansing. Okay, so what I can do here. I do get another. No, I need to cast Wild Growth on this thing. Or do I? I cast Sterling Grove. Well, I do have another land drop. Okay, so maybe this works out. And I can also plow one of my creatures. Or aka one of my enchantments. Something goes wrong here. I'll tap this for white. Alright, so play Confinement. And I can play this thing. Okay. Alright, that was closer than I thought it was going to be. So let's see. I don't think Seal of Cleansing is as important. Well, I think Sylvan Library is also kind of slow. I definitely want Source of Plowshares and probably more of these. I don't think it's splashing green for anything like that. I'd probably shave one of these two because, yeah, I think it was Seal of Cleansing. There's always like cards like the enchantment, the red enchantment that you take 2 damage every turn. Man, I'm getting old to forget cards like that now. Vortex, Sulfuric Vortex, is that the name of the card? Yes, Sulfuric Vortex. I get confused that one with the Parasteric Pillar. For some reason, I get those 2 cards confused. There was like the 2 enchantments we used to see being played in Burn in Legacy a while ago. So I think I'm just gonna ramp here a little bit. Is that the best thing I can do? Yeah, because then I can fetch, grab a forest, play a second of these things, play this, pick up a land, and I can pass. And I just plow that guy. The problem is I don't have a 1 mana enchantment to cast next turn. That's the one downside. But okay, so this kind of works out. I unfortunately I have to do this way. Probably just gonna start bolt incinerating me at the end of the turn. Burn is kind of like a combo deck in a way. Like when he said Stormy for 10 and cast Tenders of Agony, is just like cast burn spells that cost deal 3 damage or 4 damage. Probably might hit me here with a Ball Lightning again. Ball Light's such an iconic card. Not that hard, but it is a cool card. If I draw a land, didn't draw a land. All right, this again? We're in kind of a scary territory again. But with this setup, if I draw one of the 3 Solitary Confinements, then I think I'm in good shape. But could be dead here because they're incinerating. No, they don't have enough, right? Okay, so let's play this, and I'm not gonna. Well, it's a possibility that I want to respond to that. I don't think it's likely, but all right. So I have a bunch of extra land drops that I can make. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this thing's making 5 mana. If I all right, because what I can do is play those 2, play Enchantress Presence. Oh, I'll still have 2 extra land drops, right? So this would be my land for the turn, extra land, and then I still have 2 more. Okay. All right, so I'm just going to do like this. I'm really just trying to dig for Solitary Confinement. Unsuccessful. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can also cast Opalescence and hold up Plow. Oh, I believe in the deck. Don't believe the deck anymore. So this gives me the biggest chance of finding the card. Okay, found it. I have another land drop. I'm going to keep this one. I'm going to cast this thing. And if they try to respond by trying to kill me, I can plow one of my enchantments, I guess, and maybe survive. Oh, just weapons. Oh, they just a little bit of negativity. Never mind. All right. So that was round 1. Looks like we'll be playing 6 rounds. So we'll be back here for round 6. All right. So we're back here from round 2. And I'm on the play. I don't have any Enchantress, but I do have a Mirri's Guile and ways to shuffle. I think I'm going to keep it. By shuffle, I mean shuffle my deck. Oh, fellow legacy player that I guess playing playing Premodern. All right, so let's see. Oh, all right. That's that tells what they're playing, right? Oh man. Oh man. This is not good. Let's see. I was really hoping that this Mirri's Guile is going to be a little better than that. Oh, I should have played second land too, but it's all good. I'm hiding information, I guess. Or that's what I'm going to go with. Wow, that was not the top 3 cards I wanted to see. It was survival. Okay. All right, well. So I guess an Enchantress or Seal Cleansing, maybe it's good. I mean, Enchantress is still the best draw, but and I'm not even going to try to look at the extra card. I'm just going to try to look at 3 new cards because 3 lands was not going to do it. I mean, I guess Source of Plowshares. I'm probably not going to win this game. I'll pick this up, I guess, and plow this and play land and pass. Wow. This is the worst case scenario for that Mirri's Guile. Luckily, they don't have a very explosive start so far. Oh, they're playing with blue. Okay. Maybe it's a whatchamacall, like a Trade-in Rider type of deck. Basmouth Walla. They can. Wow. This is unfortunate. All right, so you can discard Basmouth Walla, get another creature. Maybe I should have this open so I can see what they're grabbing. All right, so they grabbed an Antuco Vigilante. Okay. Can cast Vigilante. All right. Yeah, this. Probably destroy Mirri's Guile, I guess, and then I'm just gonna have to draw off the top of my deck. And they can either discard or just they're gonna pump it. Okay. All right, I'm just gonna fetch and then F6 real quick here because yeah. All right, I don't think I can catch up now. Wow, that was That was something else. So let me see. What I don't want to. I think source of Plowshares is not that great actually. I think I want Replenish. Actually, let me put it like this. It's a little better. Okay, so I got Replenish and probably Aura Silence. I was wondering if I wanted Xantid Swarm, but maybe not. Gaia's Blessing is interesting because I can target their graveyard too. I think this is fine. I think you just have to keep a hand that has an Enchantress at least. Again, I thought that Mirri's Guile was going to see some action, like after game first turn. Funny enough, there had been a Sylvan Library. Maybe I had a chance, right? Because I could just aggressively pay for. Their deck's not super aggressive. All right, let's see. So I think we'll keep this one this time. And I think I want to draw lands. Let's have the combo in your hand too. All right, so play a fetch, but I'm not fetching because again, I think I want to draw land number 3 here. So a little less explosive, but much better than last game. I don't think they play black to discard anything from my hand. It's gonna be like an elf. Okay. All right, then let's get a. I guess I got a Plains and we'll play an Enchantress. We'll pass. They don't do anything too busted. Then we can just play an Aura Silence, I guess. If it's a Winter Orb, okay. That is a-okay. We can just untap this. Yeah. I'm gonna fetch a Plains with this thing too, so well, we just have all of our colors now. Doesn't really matter. Right, just need to get a Plains. Play this thing. Draw 1. Okay, cool. Cool. So I'm assuming they have some kind of magic in their deck, right? I think the only downside the way this game is going is that even if I draw a Sanctum, like I'm not gonna be able to take full advantage. Survival of the fittest. Okay. Alright, so we're gonna take care of Winter Orb. I'm playing Aura of Silence. It's a good draw too. And I think I just play Brushlands and pass. There's a Bastion with a wall. All right, I'm gonna do this now before they can grab Squee and get the free value, I guess. I think that makes sense. Because if they don't have a second creature in hand, then it doesn't really do nearly as much. Making a blue? Interesting. Is that a Stifle? Oh, okay. So Paul just said that he also has just kind of like started playing Magic Online. I think he just, you guys heard me like saying a million times in my videos, like, no, City of Brass is a pain behind, like, no, because you can't just like untap it because it's a trigger ability. So Magic Online doesn't register as something you can undo. So if you tap City of Brass to make mana, and then you take another action afterwards, you just can't go back. Actually, I don't think you can even go back even if you don't do anything. But basically, if you tap City of Brass, you gotta be sure what you're gonna cast, because otherwise you're gonna be upset. That's what's gonna happen. All right, so they have 3 cards in hand. I think I can start with Opalescence next turn. Okay, so they're going to swing for 3. I mean, yeah, for 3 or 4, maybe. They grab the Queen Ranger. Okay, they want to leave mana up. I'm not going to block. So they're going to pump it. I'm going to go down to 15. It's a Queen Ranger. Yep. You can untap Queen Horn Elf, pick up a forest. Yep. Yeah, it's a neutralize. So I thought, like, no, if they had one piece of removal, then it's better to use the one that have multiples first. And I think I will fetch now because I don't think I want to draw any more lands now. That's probably the same forest that they picked up with Green Ranger the turn before. You can swing with the team. Actually, I'm not blocking, right? So yeah, that's what they're gonna do. I don't know, maybe they're gonna leave the Finhorn Elf behind. I'm not blocking any of that. They did not want to pump it this time. That's scary. Tradewind Rider. That is a sweet card. Nice. This case, I think I'll get a. I need a forest. I'll get a forest here. Okay. So let's do this first. Okay, yes, I can still. Yeah. Serra's Sanctum would just be amazing here. That's very good too. Ooh, I don't have more planes to fetch? Wow. Okay. Okay. So let's do this then. An hole, I guess. Perhaps. Yep. Cool. So next turn, I think I'm just gonna go ahead and pick up on another Parallax Wave, I guess. I mean, I'm still at 10 life, so it's not. I'm not in terrible shape. Unless you have another counter magic, then I'm in trouble. Things that they can't attack with everyone because they want to hold up Tradewind Rider is my guess. No, it's gonna swing. Okay. So I'm gonna take what? 6. Go to 4. Hmm. I need double white. I should play land in case they have what you call. Um, no, I think I should just go like this, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. All right. So they do have counter magic. Does that change anything? Should I Xantid Swarm maybe? I think confinement is not great. Bringing one Xantid Swarm seems not awesome neither. I really, really hate taking enchantments out to bring non-enchantment cards because that somehow adds up. Well, I was thinking maybe shaving one Opalescence and no, I'm just gonna bring the YOLO Xantid Swarm. So it looks like they're mulling into 6. This could get a little awkward if the exploration gets countered. Well, exploration is not going to get countered. So, I'll draw another land too. Okay, so I'm going to go forest, exploration, play this thing. Yes. If I draw another land that produces green mana, it would be swell. The cradle. Okay. Another land would be cool. All right. Okay, so let's see. What do I... There's a wild growth to be a cool draw, just because like double ramps, right? I think they're probably just going to unmorph this right now. It does affect the Serra Sanctum, so it makes sense. Ooh, all right, Survival of the fittest. Then took a vigilante. Then went after Mirri's Guile. That makes sense. And they can either attack or just save for survival. So if they don't have any creatures in hand, they should just attack. Cool. Maybe I went too aggressive here, but maybe not. And I think I'm going to save the exploration for next turn. Okay, so that's a root wallow. Actually, you know what? No, I think I'm just going to cast the exploration because they are very long cards. And I can actually go down one more thing on the Parallax Wave. Is this every time? No, it's when you morph it. Okay. All right, so let's see what I'm going to draw here. Is it a Replenish too? Yeah, I think I'm just going to take this guy out. No, pass. So like even if they destroy one of my things, I can just replenish everything back. They don't have any targets for Genesis. Guys, Kratos not really doing a whole lot here. So, Root Wallow. I'm assuming they have a neutralizing hand. That's why we're still playing. Maybe not. Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. No. I'm trying to cast this thing. Yeah, playing on Enchantress. How do I want to go? I want to go about this. I think I'm just gonna play a second Serra Sanctum. We'll kill this thing. Planes. Take this out. Take this out. Okay, cool. All right, that was I think game one. I definitely took a hand that was not great, and then just saying. But sorry if I got a little quiet there too. Like the game was it looked like I was ahead, but like no, one Trinkle domain away from like losing the match. So I apologize for that. I will try to talk my lines out a little better next round. All right. So that was round 2. Let's see how we can. I believe some of these events like a 4-2 gets you there. So, but obviously we'll try to go for the full 6-0. All right. All right. So we're here for round 3. And get played against Neo Mushroom. Awesome. Great YouTube channel for you guys to follow if you haven't followed yet for Premodern content. Well, some other formats that he makes content too, but the Premodern videos that he posts are awesome. A big fan. Looking at his hand, I don't think I can keep it. Yeah, I think I'm gonna try to mulligan to an Enchantress hand. There are plenty of Enchantresses here, but no lands to cast them, so I think I'm gonna go down to 5. Really like no 2 lands Enchantress, whatever. This is perfect. I don't even have white mana to cast my other stuff, so I think I'm just gonna keep it like this. Oh, if this is if it's Replenish, this is a terrible matchup and extremely hard for me to win. If it's some kind of standstill type of deck, then it's okay. I think I'm just gonna pass here. I'm gonna try to double Enchantress, I guess. I think that's the best thing I can do. Obviously, I can run into a Wrath of God here and be kind of sad, but yay, the deck saved us. I guess I'll play land and pass. Because if they... Well, I think I'm going to get an Enchantress Presence anyways, regardless what they're doing. Stand still. Yeah. I can just do like this, right? Because it gets countered, so it's all good. The goal here is to just draw as many cards as I can. Okay, we're gonna end the chain here. So if their hand is just like Swords to Plowshares and Decree and more standstills, this is fine. If it's a tide, kind of sucks too. Probably just gonna bounce the Enchantress back. All right, so I just need to draw a forest. Oh, hang on a second. I can pick up this thing. And I can sec this. Pick up this thing. Okay. Might be relevant. Yeah. All right, so let's just play Mirri's Guile. Yeah, if I draw a second land now, I can maybe get there. Not sure. I can just try to draw land number 3, I guess. I'm swing for 2. All right, so the last card in their hand is a tide. Something else. So that's a issue now because I don't have. All right, so I'm just gonna play the Mirri's Guile because if I draw, let me see if I draw Serra Sanctum, doesn't matter. But the thing is, if they Dust Bowl, no, they can still attack. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this game 1 maybe be out of reach at this point, but got plenty of sideboarding for for this matchup. They don't want to Dust Bowl me. All right, let's see. I was gonna say no because the same 3 cards. All right, let's just pass, I guess. At this point, I'm just getting more information, really. All right, so then swing for 4. What do I need to draw? Land would be one of the things that I'll need to draw. Yeah, I think we're done here then. All right. So let's see. So there's a whole blue sideboard here. This and this, 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 and this. I don't think I want Solitary Confinement. And I don't think I need Swords to Plowshares. And I'm kind of tempted to just cut Wild Growth because Wild Growth against Dexter running Parallax Tide is not very good. Opalescence can kick rocks too. Yeah, I think like Opalescence just like leaves me open again, like Wrath, I guess. I'm also hoping that they cut all their um spot removal. All right, let's see what we got here for game 2. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep it. I do need to draw a second land though, so could backfire. But maybe there's a Xantid Swarm can go under, and then all right, did not find land number 2. Maybe that was a mistake, but I don't know. I thought it was it made sense since I had a forest. Okay, so I'm just gonna attack. Okay. Let's get a plains. The cap stores to Plowshares in. Interesting. Yeah. Okay, they missile and drop too. Maybe that can be my saving grace. There's no way this is gonna resolve though. If I think I just need to keep jamming spells and then eventually try to resolve a replenish, I guess. Maybe. Just a standstill. Okay. Hmm. All right. Unless I'm kind of in a way insulated from, like, if I get tied, at least I can try to draw my way back into it. Like if they play another island, then a card like whatchamacallit, Carpet of Flowers can do something. And if I draw another Serra Sanctum, I can play Opalescence and exile this thing. Is that how it works? Yeah. I need a Serra Sanctum. Let me see. Maybe we get lucky. All right. This is very good. So now they don't want to do this because then I can exile the thing. Hold on. I try to hold on. I think that's how it works. Because I will get my lands back when this thing disappears. I'll keep this one. And that one's just going forever now, right? Yeah. All right. So let's not get stuck on lands. Yeah, I think this is still fine. I think I don't really have a way to stop the tides. The only way I can do is like get a Seal of Cleansing play. Like Wild Growth. Nah, Wild Growth is just terrible. Like if it gets tied, it's just like a 2-for-1. I'm not gonna do that. I think Carpet of Flowers is just a little better, even though they don't play that many islands. It's just be an enchantment that also makes mana the same turn comes into play. Yeah, I mean, if they have one island, it's a Wild Growth. If they have more than one island, it's just better. All right, so I think I'm going to start with the Carpet. If this gets countered, then we have Stone Grove, and then we have Enchantress Presence. All right, we're not going to make mana this time. But this kind of like insulates me from Tide, I guess, because I should make mana even if my lands are gone. And I should probably stop playing lands after land number 3, though. All right, so they're going to play Standstill. Yes, I'll make green mana. So if they want to destroy Enchantress Presence, that's fine, because it's kind of like a time walk. They're not going to do anything else this turn, so. Also, I can just play Sterling Grove next turn, and so let's say if I destroy this, I can play a land, and I can even play a fetch if I'm worried about tide, and then just play Sterling Grove and pass. They got 9 cards in hand, so they're gonna play a land. I'm assuming, and then something else. They have to have an Enchantress. I mean, enchantment removal spell, right? I'm assuming. I mean, the best case scenario here is they just cast Stand Still, pass, don't have a null in hand, and then I get to play Sterling Grove and then kind of just gem enchantments every turn until something sticks. Okay, that is a Seal of Cleansing. I'll make white mana, I guess. I can play this thing. Just make green mana. I guess. I'll bounce this back. And we'll try to gem this. Is that mana leak? Okay. I thought of like for a second playing around mana leak, but it is what it is. So right now, my Carpet of Flowers is just a wild growth, right? Maybe they're holding on to islands in hand because they don't want to play into it. I'm going to stifle this. No. Do need to draw some enchantresses. Like, this is not cool if I don't. I guess I'll make white mana. Okay. And I have 5 cards in hand. The Tormod's Crypt. So now I can't just play the Opalescence, right? Because okay, this is awkward. All right, so I just have to pass a turn now. This card's gonna die, and I'm not gonna. All right, so I'm gonna make white mana here, and I'll cast this thing. All right, and we'll pass a turn. Parallax Wave is gonna be exiled forever. Okay, so I think I have to try to double Enchantress next turn. Just let Parallax Wave go. I draw Serra Sanctum. No, that doesn't really help. No reason not to tap for mana, right? I think I have to do this too, so. Yep, it's gonna Enchantress Presence. I'm gonna go to 0. Say yes, green. Oh, I didn't have to play land. Well, now that I did. So what's the line here? So they're gonna go to 3 cards. That didn't really do a whole lot as far as my mana, right? Because I have the 2 lands and I have the mini Black Lotus here. Not Black Lotus, I guess double Lotus Petal every turn. The problem here is though, Opalescence is there's only one more, and that's this one here. So this one has to resolve. Whenever I decide to pull the trigger on Opalescence, it has to be to win the game. I can't just. There's already 3 Enchantress presence in the graveyard, so also something to keep in mind. I really thought this Parallax Wave was gonna like maybe draw counter magic out of their hand, but I guess it didn't. They just decided to counter the Opalescence. Right, but they're gonna attack. Cool. That dies forever. Oh, okay, that's interesting. So I think I am gonna make green, and I'll try to play this thing first. And I just pass then. Yep, I think I'm just gonna pass here. So I kind of just want to draw 1 mana enchantment, I guess. Yeah, say green and play her, this lady. I don't think they kept Wrath of God because of this thing, right? Okay. So 2. Definitely not wrathing after attack of Mistress Factory, right? So like maybe it's a little mistake, but maybe I should have played the plains instead of the forest, because if this gets bounced, yeah, it's probably cost me the game actually. I don't know what. Hmm. Yeah, that was a slight mistake. I should have probably just what you call, play the plains instead of the carpet of flowers. Um, I only have 2 forests in exile. Okay. But it didn't bounce my carpet. Okay. But they don't have any islands, so it doesn't matter too much. To play a plains. Oh, that's because they're. No, what did they use the chain of vapors for? Maybe they didn't want to give me an enchantment for me to um, recast. All right, I'm just gonna play those 2 ladies, and I kind of have to cross my fingers that I draw something. I'm at 10 life. I could make like some soldiers here. Hmm, like this. All right, I'm gonna swing for 2. And I guess still kind of the same situation. So if I draw like an exploration or a Mirri's Guile, let's say no. There's a play land. I can still play the Brushlands as the last land because I need one that makes green and white, I guess. It doesn't have any islands. Okay. So if they eat this one, I mean, if they have a stifle, then obviously this is catastrophic, but otherwise it's fine. Make some angels. Make angels as it put it away. Let's see what I draw here. Did not draw anything. Yeah, I think for me to be able to win this matchup, like I have to have more or a silence, I guess. But yeah, no, he played really well. I think, yeah, game 1, I think. Was it game 1? No, the game 1 I did mulligan, but yeah, I did find Enchantress. So yeah, I think I mean, mulligan to the, and I could do it. Just that in game 3, they played well. My cards didn't line up very well. So, and I think for this matchup, and not just this one, but also for Replenish, which I thought that's what it was like in the beginning of the game. I think I need more copies of Aura of Silence to be able to win. But again, you can't really fit everything you want in the 75, right? The one card that I think I've been considering swapping for more Aura of Silence is Gaea's Blessing. It's only good in one matchup. Like, no, usually decks are trying to mill you. But all right, so that was round 3. We'll see you guys here for round 4. All right, so we're back here for round 4. Had a little bit of a connection issue here. But you see the clock went down a lot for me, which should probably keep an eye on it because Enchantress is not the fastest deck. All right, so possible that we don't get to cast any of the spells if they get all. Oh, that took a shade. Okay, so I'm just gonna play this thing. Try to play on curve, I guess. Pretty insulated on Gerard's Verdict. I'm gonna take 3. Alright, let's play a fetch and we can pass. And I think I'll fetch this one. Should I fetch? Let's see. So the next swing for 5. I go to 12. The reason not to fetch is like if I draw something like I want to, like a Mirri's Guile, but I don't think I'm going to have time for all that. So, draw Mirri's Guile. That's funny. All right, so I'll just play a fetch and pass. Good thing we only have one creature in play so far. I'm swing for 5 again. I go to 6. So yeah, so fetching will matter actually. But I think I need to be able to shuffle in case I don't like what I see. Not blocking ever. Okay, I'm gonna take 5, go to 6. Okay, I think I'm gonna get the Parallax Wave. 1, 2, 3. I can cast this thing. Right, so I can just actually, yeah, I have to. I'll probably hide this, to be honest. Only one advantage here is I'm taking 0 damage this turn. I could have done like draw Seal of Cleansing and then take this and destroy it, but then I lose 2 enchantments. So if they pay any mana at all, I think I'm just gonna exile this thing and then it's a dark ritual. Okay. All right, now I have to do this. I don't want to go to 1 life. They could have Vindicate. Yep. All right. So I think I'm just gonna cast everything. Right. Hold on a second. Oh, you can't undo this thing too? Oh my gosh. All right. All right. All right. Veteran's Presence. So that's 1, 2, 3. Hold on a second. I can still play a land, right? So Enchantress Presence. All right. So play Forest. 1, 2, 3, 4. No. Missing 1. I can just get a Forest with this thing. Play another one of these. And I can probably just pass. Right, so we only have 2 cards in hand. I guess we'll do the same song and dance again. Not blocking. Okay. I'm just going to do this now. Again, time could be an issue here at one point, so let's take a look at it. All right, so oh, actually, hold on a sec, I messed it up. Something like this. Okay, then I can play one more land. Oh, I meant to play Opalescence. All right. Yeah, this is a little awkward, but it's all good. I'm just gonna discard all the fetches, I guess, and lends the deal damage to me. Probably don't need planes neither. And just have to discard. Oh, this doesn't do anything neither. All right. Well, this is another 4/4 enchantment. I should have just played the Serra Sanctum and Jared's Verdict. Yeah. Yep. Let me just replenish those back to my hand. And land is fine. I'm just trying to win this game. Oh, I gotta click on this and then. Okay. All right. And not the cleanest play, but I was just worried about not finishing the match on time. I think I want Replenish and Solitary Confinement looks good too against some of their cards. Maybe Wild Growth is another matchup that I don't want Wild Growth. Maybe I can just, well, bring in Aura Silence, and then I'm bringing the 3 Swords of Plowshares. Actually, when I think about it, they try something like Gaea's Blessing. You know what? Let's do this. Yeah, I'm trying to think like because they have like a lot of they probably have a bunch of like artifact. I mean, enchantment removal and discard. So Replenish is good against that. Obviously, they probably will have some kind of a graveyard hate too. So. Again, clock could be an issue. I'm about 6 minutes behind now. I'm just going to play a fetch. I don't think I want to. I'm hoping not to draw any more lands. Get a planes and. All right, so play this, play this, play this. All right, let's say go. Actually, Sterling Grove, is it? Maybe I should have waited, because now if they... Yeah, because they play Vindicate now, it's going to feel terrible. Okay. Drawing one of those replenishes would be sweet now. Alright, I'm going to hang on to the exploration, get to draw an Enchantress effect. Oh, they do have Wastelands. Yeah, they probably drew a Duress, but like, if I didn't cast it, it's probably because the card that doesn't matter. Sure, yeah. Not Expector. Okay. Alright, I guess I'm just gonna get clocked by the Spectre. Yeah, no cards in my hand to discard. And I can cast anything that I draw, I think. It's probably the Angel. Opalescence would be sweet. That is not an Opalescence. Alright. So what do I want to... I guess I just need to draw a Replenish. If they flip the Angel, I think I'm just gonna... Yeah, I'm just gonna exile, but... Other than that, I don't think there's a reason for me to do this. Not an mtgo Shade. Okay. Yeah, I'm just dead. Okay, so maybe I need more of this and no Gaia's Blessing, maybe? I don't know. This hand is not very good. This is much better, I think. Since I saw Wastelands, I think I'm just going to play one of the Brushlands back. Yeah, they're deep in the tank. But yeah, to me, I think my my turn is probably pretty straightforward here. Just probably just put the Brushlands back. No, I think I'm gonna hold on to the fetch. Again, in case if I draw Sylvan Library or Mirri's Guile. All right, so they kept their 6. All right, so they kept their 5. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna play a Force and pass, and I'll probably fetch a Plains. I'm just thinking if I get hit with a Gerard's Verdict, Spectre. Okay. I do have the 3 source of Plowshares, right? Yeah. Okay. Took a land. I probably just take Seal of Cleansing, right? Yeah. All right. So one of the Replenish is gonna be gone. I'm just gonna get up Plains in F6. Not do anything else. All right. Hopefully they just keep missing and drops. Oh, okay. He wants to wasteland me. I think I'm fine with that. I'll take 2. Yep. The playing engineer for Enchantress. I could grab another one of these. Oh, I'm gonna need to do all this. Oh, that's pretty good, I think. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, I do have extra land drops too. Never mind. What am I? I need my mana here, like I'm not gonna have enough. So I'll tap this for 6. I got a wave. And play this one. All right, then we're gonna do this. This goes away. And then we do this. That goes away. And I get to attack for 3. I mean 5. Now, Opalescence is an important part here, but let's see. 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Oof, all right. So that was round 4. Let me see if we can. Like I said, I think 4-2 maybe the magic number for this challenge. Yeah, opponent played really well. Curtis is a very good player. Know him from playing Legacy. I think getting stuck on lands on game 3 and mulligan low, kind of. It's just kind of how variance works. All right, well, we'll see you guys here for round 5. All right, so we're here for round 6. No, round 5. All right, I'm gonna keep this one. I know I made a mistake before, but I think we switch to Plowshares. Unless, no, even if you're playing control, then I should have a lot of time, but it's gonna be really good on the play though. On the draw, I don't know. I think it's still fine though. Right, mulligan to 4. They're playing combo. Had to be a combo deck, right? Mulligan that low. You just need 2 cards. Cabal Therapy themselves. All right, what are they gonna show me? Oh, it's a dragon. What does that dragon do? Oh, okay. All right, so I think the play here is to forest, play this, and then play Serra Sanctum, pass. Does this thing have haste? No, right? And it has to deal damage, right? Alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I think that makes sense. So they have 0 cards in hand. Okay. There's some kind of like reanimator. I think Sylvan Library might not be good. This is probably okay. Funny enough, I think Gaea's Blessing's not bad, but I think I want to keep everything else. Maybe a second Replenish. I think I'm just gonna roll with this. Let me see what else we see because Opalescence, Parallax Wave is very good. So Solitary Confinement is good, but I don't want to draw like early in the game. Gaea's Blessing is only relevant if like last game, right? If they do the thing but don't, I'm sorry, if they put a creature in a graveyard but don't don't actually reanimate. So I think I have to keep this one. I'm going to 5 again. I don't remember if there's any. I mean, I guess Morrow. I forget the card. Morrow's or Morrow's sorcery. I think that might be the one that's a problem, right? Because it's got Shroud, and it's equal to the number of cards in players' hands, and that one could be a problem if they reanimate that thing, because then I can't plow it. I think I just have to do this. Kind of develop my game. Second imp. So how I want to do this? I definitely have to. I think the place to as Enchantress like this, and then Mirri's Guile. Okay, I think that makes sense. Then if I draw, not really sure. I didn't bring the second Replenish today. No. They treat 3 putrid imps. Yep, it's a good one to remove or to discard. I mean, if I exile both of those things, I could play Enchantress. Okay, so if I play this off of like this. Because then I can. No. I need to make white mana here. Okay, so they got Morrow dude in the graveyard. Now I have to be careful how I do this because that card can actually kill me. So if I do like this, 1 second. I mean, this thing doesn't have trample, right? So yeah, I just have infinite blockers. That's yeah. All right, yeah, that was round 5. Not a whole lot to say there. Like I think if they had mulligan less lower, then it would be a much tougher matchup. But also like my hand just lined up well in game 1, right? Because I had the Stories to Plowshares, and I only have 2 copies in the main deck. So all right, so that was so currently 4-1. We'll be back here for round 5. I mean, sorry, round 6, final round of the Swiss. All right, we're here for the 6th and final round. I'm just gonna take a look at the standings real quick. So looks like I definitely have a twin because I'm not at the top of the 4-1s. So this is probably this is tough, right? Because if I don't draw a land, I mean, if I draw a green source, I mean, a 1-mana green enchantment that also works. We'll try. And I'm not going to fetch because I want to draw another land, I guess. So it's like, ew. All right. Okay, so I need to draw land, cast this. And it's going to be super tight. If I find a 1-mana green enchantment, I'm sorry. All right, so this is what we can do here. Got a forest. And play this thing. If I draw another mana producing land, I might just cast Solitary Confinement and hope that the 2 seals plus Enchantress Presence gets me there. That's 5 damage. Yeah, I think I'm just gonna have to cast. So if I draw land, right? A 1-mana enchantment is probably my best draw, right? Because I can just forest. Like if it's like a wild growth, for instance. I couldn't be dead here though. I'm taking 5, go to 12. virtually 11, right? Because I'm Mog Fanatic. Huh. I think this would be a much easier game if I didn't miss the one land drop. I do think like in game one, if Solitary Confinement's in play with 2 Enchantress effects, I think I can just lock them out of the game. Kind of wish I had Worship in the main deck. Okay. I think I might just be dead here. This isn't tap for any mana. If I draw a green source, I just play Enchantress and I can block next turn. That's not looking good for me. Yeah, I think I'm gonna. Yeah, I think I'm. Unless their hand has to be like triple mountain for me not to lose this game. It's pretty close. All right, so 4. And I think I have to block one of them, but let me see. If I block 2, play Solitary Confinement. No, it's impossible for me to do that and still be able to. Seal of Fire. So that's. Oh. Alright, so I gotta kill this thing, right? So I'm virtually at 2 life. I gotta go to 5 to be able to cast this. I mean, I think it's the same thing, right? Again, only if they have a mountain hand. That's the only way I can not lose this game. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, if I played. Yeah, if I cast anything else, everything is white in my hand. The only white source I have is Brushlands. So, but I mean, post board I have more source of Plowshares and I have more Solitary Confinements. Yeah. Don't think we're gonna get another turn. Oh. All right, so I'm gonna pass. So I don't take damage, right? Is that what it is? Yeah. All right, so I think I'm just going to discard Serra's Sanctum, right? All right, so I don't take damage from this neither, right? Yeah. This is pay life, so it's a little different. So I'm just gonna pass a turn, I guess. So I'm just gonna discard the fetches because I can't activate them. Cool thing that prevents all damage. So like even if they have like is a rift, whatever the name of the card is, that deals 4 damage to both players, it wouldn't work here. You're gonna concede? 1, 2, 3. Okay, I was gonna be able to keep the chain, right? Yeah. He's gonna draw 3 more. Yeah. Okay. All right, that was as tight as it can be. The Sylvan Library can go away, and I think I want these two. So as much as I like Opalescence and Wave, I think I'm gonna do something like this. I don't like to cut all of them. I think usually nowadays red doesn't. They don't run any like green for naturalize anything like that. They might have Anarchy in the sideboard. Okay, this hand is fine. It's usually the way it goes. Like they play a creature in turn 1, the creature deals a lot of damage. Yeah, it's like a Jackal Pup. So instead, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a forest. I'm gonna play this, and I'm just gonna go Serra Sanctum. And you can plow that. Knock Fanatic. Versus Scroll. I think Curse Scroll might be like one of the least scary things that they can do. And let's play Enchantress Presence first. Oh, I can play another land. I keep forgetting about exploration. Alright, so I'll take 1. Okay, so I think I'm gonna get another Enchantress Presence and see what I draw off of it, and then maybe the Ball Lightning, also for Vortex. Okay, so take 1. It'd be interesting if that 1 land drop makes a difference. I'm gonna Enchantress Presence. Take 2. I should probably just tap like this. Just So if I draw an enchantment, I didn't. I guess I'll just try this. Okay. Okay, what I can do is, I think I'm just gonna pass a turn. They take 2, I don't. Maybe they concede. That's really my hope now. But that doesn't do anything. So I could let this one die, excuse me, and just cast a second one. Yeah. All right, so try to do this. Okay, play up planes. Actually, do like this. I don't think they can deal 15 damage from this position. They have to be double fire blast. I don't even know what else. Oh, now I can just blank their whole board. Okay, so let's do this. So that's 8 mana. All right, let's do this first thing before we mess up something. All right, so they're gonna deal some amount of damage to me. Okay, there's a Replenish too. All right, so let's just cast Mirri's Guile. Oops. Keep forgetting the Discord makes all this noise. Yeah, and I'll cast Opalescence, I guess. Okay, and I can play a Forest. The guy's gone. I think it's too bad to do this. I was gonna like just let them take 2, but yeah, we just attack. I go to 12. Yeah, really. I already made my land drops. All right, so I'm just gonna discard this. And I have 7, 8. I have lethal. Okay, cool. So that was round 6. And now I think I should be a lock for top 8, I think. I'm not sure. Looks like there will be, there's only one other 5-1. I mean, oh no, they're still playing. Okay. Yeah, so maybe not a lock, which would be quite sad to go 5-1 and not top 8. But well, if there is a top 8, there'll be another round for the video. If not, I'll just have some final thoughts on the deck. And let me see here. Oops. Right, Magical Line. Take me back to the original screen. Yeah, so I think this list is definitely well suited to beat most red decks. But you can always get got by like something like an Anarchy, or if they splash in green, like a Tranquil Domain. But in normal circumstances, then Solitary Confinement plus 2 Enchantress effects like usually get there. But there is a fail rate because we are playing like a number of lands and Swords to Plowshares, and so, and of course Argothian Enchantress too. So it's like post board, there's 7 spells that are quote unquote bricks. There's also Replenish too, right? Maybe Replenish was not necessary there, like unless I suspect them to have like an enchantment sweeper. So I think if I was going to replay this match again, I'd probably just take the Replenish out for the third Sword of Plowshares. That way, like I still have a high number of enchantments, right? Then Solitary Confinement can just be for a copy of Sylvan Library, because Sylvan Library is okay, but it's kind of slow against red decks, I think, and I'm not really looking to paying 4 life against Sly. So, but yeah, all right. Well, let's see how this goes. And like I said, if I'm in top 8, you'll see the quarterfinals. If not, there'll be like the last section of the video. All right, so we'll be on playing the top 8. This is the quarterfinal match. Like I'll be on the play. I wonder if it's because they fixed this thing on Magic Online. Yeah, probably. All right, so I will mulligan my hand. Yeah, I guess I'll keep this one. I think Mirri's Guile on turn 1 is fine. And then if I... An island is probably... I'm gonna guess Dreadnought. Definitely gonna fetch, because... that's what this deck is very popular now. Could see a Dreadnought here on turn 2. Okay. So, you need to fetch. I'm going to put this thing here. And I guess this. I mean, if they have counter magic, yeah, it is what it is. I think I just have to go grab self-cleansing and pass. You could shuffle my deck. I did put the card on top of my deck, right? I wonder if they actually consider that. Isn't very good. If they have a foil, the game's dead. All right, so Dreadnought. All right, so we got the blue package here. I guess it's Aura Silence too. So let me see. I think Solitary Confinement, not great. Sylvan Library, probably not great. Not sure if they... I think Wild Growth is virtually the same thing as the Carpet of Flowers. I think I need to keep the Replenish. I like Parallax Wave. So like I definitely want these cards. Aura Silence, maybe Aura Silence is too much, but they sometimes they run They run Parallax Tide. I wonder if I can go down to just like a couple of copies of those two cards. No, I need to have at least 2 and 2, I think. What am I going to cut here? Sterling Grove is okay. Is this the fact that they can just try to mill me out? All right, I'm just going to keep one Replenish. I think this hand is okay. Like basically, I'm just looking for Serra Sanctum here. This Brushland works too. I guess I'll make a white. We can play these two. Like they days, I think going back in mana is like, yep. I'm okay with that. I know it makes Carpet Flowers a little worse, but like they do need to have 2 mana to be able to combo. So like I think doing that it's actually okay for me. Okay, so we found the Sanctum. Yeah, we'll make some green mana. I'm gonna try to cast this. They could have another daze, but I think it's fine. Like they keep dazing with the Enchantress presence in play. Like I don't think they can keep up with like me drawing cards. Yeah. You've got a Stifle. All right. So now either Parallax or Dreadnought will cost 2 extra. So I was like, now I have a thing that makes mana every turn. I think I can just chill here. So there's a Source of Plowshares on top of my deck. Don't know if I want it. Honestly, I think I just want to draw important. Okay. Another Enchantress effect would be perfect. It's an exploration. Mirri's Guile. Make some green mana, I guess. All right, so I'm gonna do this. I'll try to fetch. Don't want to draw that. Let's make another green, I guess. Well, it'd be really nice if we could draw a land. I mean, an enchantment. Because I can't really attack now. Okay, so Dreadnought, they have 3 cards in hand. Okay, I think I'm just gonna draw everything. Alright. So I'll make some green mana. I'll probably play this too. If that doesn't resolve, I'm just going to play Mirri's Guile. Okay. That was unfortunate. mm. And I can't really attack, right? All right, let's see. They're going to swing for 12. They have 2 cards in hand, too. AK? Okay. All right, I'm going to take 12. I need to draw an enchantment here. That is an enchantment. I wonder if I should have just played the Xantid Swarm last turn, but I don't think so. Oh no, that doesn't even do anything, does it? Because I only draw 2 cards and I already know them. Let me see. So 2, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Alright, so I gotta put some blockers in front of it. I think that's something I can do. Alright, so let's see. I think we're good here. 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 Well, it's 5. Means I'm taking 7. Taking 7. So if I put Enchantress Presence, I can take this back. That's 4, 7. So go to 1. But then I can Xantid Swarm, and then if I find an answer, they can't do anything. Is that correct? 3, 4, 5. All right, 7, right? Yeah. I think that's what I got. Need to draw like a source of Plowshares or Parallax Wave. All right. Just to be safe. I don't think tide matters here. I wonder if I should have held on to the Serra Sanctum. All right, so we're gonna go to game 3. I think this configuration is fine. Yeah. I mean, I want to drop Parallax Wave, but not early in the game, and I need my Enchantress effects, so. I guess this is fine. Important. Okay, so I can fetch a forest, play Xantid Swarm. I think. I guess it depends what I draw. Yeah, I think I'm just going to play Swarm first. All right, can I just draw Source of Plowshares? Never mind, Source of Plowshares does not matter here. Oh, that's pretty good. All right, so I'm gonna make the bee flap its wings. So we'll play this. Guess I'll play this. I can try to set up a Parallax Wave next turn. I think Exploration and Replenish. If I play exploration, yeah. Pew pew. Hmm. Um. I'll probably just pass a turn here again. Uh, Need to draw an Opalescence, I guess, or just like an Enchantress effect, right? So I can kind of get started. Some strange islands that I don't think I've seen them before. Oh, Jesus. I mean, I'm going to keep the Replenish floating on top of my deck, I guess. I don't think there's a reason to play anything, though. I think you just need to be patient. Okay. Yeah. Can't do much about that one. No Opalescence. Can try to set up something here, though. Hmm. Got an annul. All right. Another Parallax Wave. All right. I think I just pass. But I think it's going to come back and they're going to try to stifle, I guess. Maybe I should have just cast the other Mirri's Guile to have more mana, but I don't think so. Because they can do their thing again, yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to get the Replenished. I'm say no. All right. I believe this is mana neutral. I'm gonna do like this because I really want them to counter this, not the replenish. All right. Cool. I should go to my text tab. For 4. So next time I'm swinging for 4, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Maybe not. Yep. This is killing me that I can't draw. Anything that says Enchantress on it. I feel like I'm going to run into a counter spell here. I don't think there's a reason for me to do that. We got plenty of time too. Game 3. No. And fine, at least like oh no, I cut 2 Parallax Waves. Oh man. Okay, so I think I have to draw something here. Source of Plowshares. That doesn't do it. All right, I got one more turn to Did I bring the second replenish? No. Oh man, I could be locked out of this game actually. Because I didn't bring Gaea's Blessing either. Just nothing? I mean, I can still win, but it's going to be very complicated. All right, I'm going to play this. Yeah. All right, so literally the way to win now is to find Opalescence and try to win that way. Which is not crazy because okay. Not finding any Enchantress is a little frustrating. The problem is also I'm like a 5 life, so I can just start attacking Mishra's Factory. I should probably just counter because I don't have anything on top of my deck anyways. Yep. Alright, so I'll go to 3. Yeah, I can even cast the carpet because, again, if I draw... If I draw an Enchantress and it resolves, then I need to have enchantments to do this. But it looks like maybe the end of the line for me now. They have 5 cards in hand. I'm sure one of them has to be counter magic. Yep, that was it. All right, well played. It was a. I don't know if like a. I think I sideboarded the way I kind of wanted to. Just that. Oops, I didn't want to go back to the game. I think. Let me see. Because I brought in the 6 cards I won against blue decks, and then the Source of Plowshares, of course, because of Dreadnought, of course. And I drew the one Replenish, so that did its job. I don't think I should have cut anything else, because all the other cards, like if I start cutting too much of the 1-mana enchantments, then it's really hard for you to capitalize on Enchantress and Serra Sanctum. And that game could go long the way it did it, or it could be like a turn 2 Dreadnought. Then, like if I don't have an immediate answer, then I'm just dead. So yeah. Also, like not drawing any fetches or anything to shuffle my deck. Like no, just the Mirri's Guile alone. They don't find answers, right? They just they help you dig, but it doesn't get there. But yeah. So finishing the top 8. Pretty happy. This is my first challenge playing Premodern. At the time of this recording, there were already. I think they already had 2 today. One was like really early in the morning for me, and the other one was like in the middle of the day. This one was like a little later, so sign up for this one. I think we had 50 something players, 51. So pretty happy with the results. Again, if you like Premodern, if you like Legacy, if you're watching this video, hit the subscribe button, leave your thoughts. I think there were a few like questionable mulligan decisions, but I always feel like about my mulligan decisions the same way. I don't think that's ever going to change. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't, but I am trying to get a little better with that. But I think with this deck, at least with this deck, I've kind of figured out like if you can go down to 5 with 2 lands and an Enchantress, it seems better than a 7 with a Mirri's Guile and then air. Which this deck does have a lot of air depending on the matchup, right? Like Mirri's Guile on Exploration, Seal of Cleansing against Goblins, you're not doing much. Exploration, Mirri's Guile, I don't know, Source of Plowshares and Solitary Confinement against blue-white Standstill, you're not doing very much with this neither. So and also maybe this list might be a little outdated. This is a list from like last year, I think. So maybe I just need to change the configuration a little bit. But the things that I really liked about this list was the Carpet of Flowers and Xantid Swarm. Xantid Swarm is a card that I think in the original green-white list that I was playing, I think I used to have only 2 copies, I think. And then I would have something like City of Solitude as one of the other, I don't know, silence effects, I guess. Against blue decks, but excuse me. I think against decks like Dreadnought, I think you really have to have a turn 1 interaction, not a turn 3 or turn 2 City of Solitude. I think that's just better. And if blue-white decks wanted to keep their source of Plowshares secure Xantid Swarm, I think that's probably fine. And Carpet of Flowers, that's a card that I didn't play until I saw Richie playing his list at the Lobster Con top 8. This might be his list. I don't know if it's the exact 75. This is a list that I had in my account for a while. The Carpet of Flowers, I think, is definitely not, I don't say a requirement, but it's definitely something you need to play in this world of like Parallax Tide being in control blue decks and the actual like Tide control decks and stuff. So I think it's definitely something you have to have if you're playing this deck. Aura's Silence, I think I missed having more of this card. I was a little skeptical about Sacred Ground, but in one of the leagues that I played, I think I got paired against Green Red Oath a few times, and the one that plays like 8 Winter's Grasp effect, like the Thermal Karst and Winter's Grasp. And they're, of course, because it says put it into graveyard, so I guess it gets Cataclysm too and Armageddon. So I'm not really sure. Obviously, this is a card that's like super contextual, right? Decks that are just running Wastelands, that's fine. This deck plays a lot of basics and it's easy to play around Wasteland, but decks that are actually just playing Stone Rain effects, then this card seems really good, of course. So I don't know, maybe depending what you're expecting to play, Sacred Ground can be cut for some Aura Silences. And as far as the main deck, I think this is pretty good the way it is. The configuration of 1 library and 4 Mirri's Guile, that seems alright, even though I didn't see Sylvan Library very often. Of course, there's only 1 copy, so obviously I saw more Mirri's Guile than I saw library. Mirri's Guile, it makes sense in this deck, just because the Enchantress and Serra Sanctum interaction. I think just having a 1 casting cost instead of 2 casting costs is much better. I guess if the meta slows down, people start playing more blue decks, and maybe Sylvan Library is a little better, because then just being able to draw extra cards against decks that are not applying pressure, it's better. But it seems like everyone is playing Dreadnought or Sly. If you take a look at some of the 5-0 results and stuff. So, all right. Well, with that being said, yeah, I think this list going forward, like I said, I think the only changes I probably would make if I was going to play a league after this would probably maybe shave some of the Sacred Grounds, maybe have more Aura Silences. It's really good against Tide, and I think Parallax Tide is a problem for this deck. The actual Replenish matchup is, I think it's nearly impossible for Enchantress to win. Like, so I think having more Aura Silences probably helps in that matchup. Or maybe just a matchup that's not easy to win, so just leave it alone. Try to fix. Don't try to fix it. But yeah, I think this 75 looks really good, and I would definitely take this to a tournament if I was trying to win. With that being said, I'll catch you guys next time. Again, if you haven't followed hit the subscribe button, I'll kindly ask you to do so. It helps the channel grow, put more Premodern and Legacy content out there. Can't wait to see the comments on the video, and catch you guys next time.